Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that all is well with you. I've got a topic today that I think is really important. I think it's really important for people of all ages, but particularly for older adults. Now, I want to share a story first, a personal story that will give you some setting for the topic that I want to go over. And that is about 5 years ago, I was in Milan in Italy, and I was near the Duomo, which is this big cathedral, beautiful place. It's a big open square, and there are shops and cafes all around it. And I was waiting to go to catch a train back home. And I decided, I'll just pop into that shop over there and have a look at some of the clothes. And, as you do when you're a tourist in a new place. And as I was just looking in the window at some of the things, I felt something bump, and I was like, oh, and this man bumped into me, and he went, oh, sorry, and threw his hands up in the air, young man, just smiling, very casual, and he apologetically said, oh, sorry, and then walked on. And I just had a funny feeling, and I thought, I just better double check everything's okay. And I looked, and of course my backpack, a small backpack, had been opened, and my wallet had been stolen, and of course he was long gone. So I, sat down. I called the credit card companies, and my heart was beating really fast, and I was trying to remember what else might have been in my backpack that he would have taken, but it was just my wallet in the sort of the lower back pocket, and that was it. So as it turned out for me, he got the money, and there was probably some other ID in there, credit cards, but nothing that I could remember that was that was really incriminating or dangerous for him to have. So that was an example of my experience with a theft. It was a theft of a thing, of my wallet, my money. But I want to talk to you more today about the theft of your identity. When somebody uses your credit card to get information to make other purchases, to pretend that they are you in a store or on an online exchange, and buy Bitcoin or currencies, or they can do anything once they've got your credit card information. And heaven forbid that you wrote the PIN number on the back, which I know a lot of people do, but they have ways of doing this. So I just want to talk about identity theft. Now, it can be identity theft of a credit card, your social security number, your pension number, if you're in the UK, anything that identifies your name with a number that can be used. Also, there's the identity theft that happens when somebody calls you from the IRS or Microsoft. Those are two of the big favorites, and they want to know your social security number or some ID so that they can help you with your computer. There's been some, problem that they need to identify. They want to help you, and you're just more than willing to get help because, it sounds so professional and so real. And those are usually they're always scams. I mean, I don't think a Microsoft engineer would ever call you for any reason, and certainly not the IRS. They never call. So, that's just an example of other ways that your identity can be stolen. So we at 60andMe take this very seriously because our demographic, our audience, you, are older adults, and we tend to be the target for scammers because, lots of reasons, a couple that I'll share with you. And we're just very forthcoming with information, and we try to be very kind and cooperative, and that can be our downfall. But we've got an opportunity to work with an expert, to talk to an expert about this topic. And so I want to first of all ask you, would you be interested in this? Is it something that you think is really important in your life? Have you had an experience where your identity has been stolen, where a credit card has been taken and used by someone else, or where you have given information and that's been used against you in some way? So if you are interested in that, just please let me know in the comment section below. This is kind of an interactive video. I want to get some feedback from you. So if you think it's an important topic, let's just know, that you are interested. Secondly, if you have actually had a situation where you have had that situation, the identity stolen, or you had a theft that has had, results or impact for you, and you would be willing to share that story, I mean, anonymously, of course, but just the outline of your story, that will be able to, for us to sort of shape the questions that we ask this expert and make sure that we answer your specific questions. So that's kind of important. So what are your experiences? Would you like to share them with others? Or would you, like to, just share with us the way that it played out so that we can warn other people about the techniques that these people use. These scammers are very smart, and in the sense that they're very manipulative, and they know how to get information from you and how to use emotion like fear and doubt and your lack of knowledge about something. Oh, you don't know this for a fact that this technology issue is now arising, and we need you to send us $500 in order for us to prevent your data from being completely erased from your computer. It just sounds so compelling. But anyway, I want to share with you just a couple of things that I think you can do. And then I'll remind you again about this conversation, because the main reason for this video is to ask you, do you want us to take this a little bit further? We want to help you if we at 60andMe to know what the ways you might be approached and just to take care of yourself. And then, but here's a couple of ideas just to tell you why I think that this is so important. I mean, the first thing, I mentioned it kind of briefly before, is that we're so nice. We're really just want to be cooperative and kind and helpful. And when someone asks us a question, it's like, of course, I would love to help you with that. This is, you sort of feel it's your role to do it. You're the elder person, but just don't be so nice. It's one place that being pleasant and supportive and cooperative is not a virtue. Not in those situations. If you don't know the person, you don't know the company, just hang up and don't talk to them. You get on all kinds of lists if you're shopping online. Just be super careful. The second thing is to get smart with your passwords. I actually can't believe that for many years I used the same password, and it was like a word. I think I might have put, 1 or 2, 3, or some other number behind it. But it was like the same word for my bank, for my online shopping, for my forums that I joined, for everything I signed up for to receive newsletters. I mean, honestly, it was ridiculous. This is, obviously I don't do that anymore, but that was how I did it with my passwords. So, you always are reminded, I know when you fill in a password these days, that it should have a combination of upper and lower characters, numbers and special characters. You can also indicate that you want to have a second, like a verification PIN code, so that anytime there's a transaction, using that password, that you have to then, in addition, have to enter in a 4-digit code on your phone. There's different ways you can secure the thing. The other thing to do is consider using a company. There's many of them. There's one called LastPass. And there's others who store basically all your passwords for you. You have one master password, and then everything else is stored on their website. And if you've got like a lot of passwords, you do shopping or a lot of activities, you might think this is useful. The other thing, of course, is to do a password protected Excel spreadsheet. And then you can just type in all the counts and the passwords and protect it with a password that's really secure. Write that down somewhere and hide it and put it somewhere safe. But you don't need to know your passcode, your complicated passcodes for most of your shopping experiences. It's usually just a simple one. For a few things, like your bank, for example, you might want to know that one because you might want to use it more frequently. But there's just some ideas. There's tools to help you. There really are tools. The other thing is with passwords is to make sure that you don't share them with anybody, and also to put them with your will. I have a folder on my computer, and I also have it on a hard drive, and it says things to read when I die. Okay, it's a little bit strange, and of course it's not, we want to write down in words, but there's just a bunch of things and instructions and directions and thoughts and messages that all go into this folder, and it's the one place that people will go, when they need to go through all my papers and all through my work. So that's just one thing. Lock down your credit report. If you are not planning to buy a house or spend some money where your credit's going to be checked, or open a new credit card, I don't think many older people are going to do that. You've probably had cards for years, so just lock down your credit report. No one can get it if you just lock it down with Experian and what are the other ones called? Equifax, TransUnion. All the ones in the States, and I'm sure there's ones in other parts of the world too. And the final thing is, be careful what you carry. Now, in your handbag, we probably carry a little bit of everything. We carry our COVID pass certificates. Maybe we carry, our phone numbers, maybe even some passcodes. And if you've got passcodes and credit cards in the same wallet, this is not a good thing. So just be aware that you probably don't need to carry all that stuff with you in your handbag. But just imagine if you lost your bag today, what is in there? Just put your mind to that and see whether any of it can be left behind. Anyway, so this is just a few ideas that you can think about. And do you have any advice yourself? Anything that you have done to protect yourself? And if you have been the victim of identity theft or any kind of scam, and you'd like to share it with me and the other sisters in our community, please leave a note in the comment section below, or you can just send me a message to margaret@60andme.com, and I will be happy to to gather all that information and do an interview if it's helpful to you. So thank you so much for being here, for listening to this really important topic. And it's not fashion or beauty or something frivolous and fun. This is important. Hope that you enjoyed it and hope that it was valuable. Okay, everybody, well, take very good care of yourselves. Have a fabulous day wherever you are, and we'll speak again very soon. Bye-bye for now.